So, boom, we got Joe Budden on a JVP talking today, and basically he thinks that two things are going on. Number one, it's done as far as a new wave of female rappers. It's going to crumble soon. As far as like the wave of all these chicks getting on and getting deals, it's going to crumble soon. He said it's over. The other thing is that Cardi B is afraid to drop. So we're going to listen to him unpack some of that.
It's for Cardi to be going so long with her a single by herself.
This is setup. She got a product coming or a big single coming or something.
But it sound like she was dissing niggas. And it sounded like she was on the ride, ever since, Megan and Nicki going back and forth. She just wanted to catch some of that steam by throwing her 2 cents into it. That's how I took it. So I was excited about it. And then Lotto and Ice Spice.
Y'all ain't gonna want to hear it from me, but the girl rapper wave is over.
Damn.
Oh, come on.
Just telling you what it is. I'm normally a few months ahead with this stuff. Sometimes a few years ahead with this stuff.
When you say over,
why do you say that?
Nigga, you just said it was
the girl rapper wave is finito.
How you just changed? You just said a couple of weeks ago that it was lit.
When it waste.
No, I said the cream rises to the top. So Lotto shall remain.
She will.
Flo Milli shall remain.
Got it.
Rhapsody will always be there, but she wasn't really a part of it. But all of that, go find a girl, send her to Columbia, get it done, put her in the studio with fucking Mike Will or any one of them niggas. All of that, planting the girl in the scene, getting the record, and it taking off. That wave is over. I think labels are looking at it like very few of y'all are selling records. It's too much work to get your coin back. We got to go do brand deals all over the world with y'all. Y'all are expensive. Some of y'all are annoying. And none of these records are working. But none of these records are working. But let me get to Cardi B. Cardi B is afraid. And I'm tired of just nobody saying it. Cardi B is scared to come out. It don't take this long to come out. They recently just found every year where she plugged that she was coming, dating back to 2019. It's like 6 different slides in different years of you saying, hey, I have something coming. Even this freestyle was previewed a year ago.
For real?
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she was on live somewhere and played this shit. This ain't new off the stove. Offset the other day in his story.
Yeah,
I wish my baby would just drop. I think that she's afraid to put a project out. Because the wave of, if you put a project out and it don't do what it's supposed to do, you're donezo. Rates go down. Prices go down. I'm saying as far as the labels going to get Meg, Cardi, Nicki really don't count because she's such a staple. But even that with Cardi, right? Like a little birdie had told me, fucking I'm gonna just spill it, that whenever Nicki was trying to drop, or whenever Cardi was trying to drop, Nicki was trying to drop. And that's why Nicki kept changing dates. Don't quote me on nothing. But Nicki changed that date like 5 times trying to match up with whenever Cardi was dropping. And that was supposed to be the big, I mean, if we, just as consumers looking at it, that was supposed to be the 50 Kanye.
Yeah.
And that, I feel like, would have helped Cardi.
I don't really disagree with any point that he is saying. I think everything that he is saying is on point. If they had that type of moment, the Kanye 50 type of moment, Cardi B and Nicki Minaj releasing at the same time, I understand it's beef. I understand it's a lot of emotions in both of them, as not just artists, but adversaries and things like that. And ultimately, nobody wants to lose the battle. 50 didn't want to lose the battle. Kanye didn't want to lose the battle, but somebody has to lose. And at the end of the day, when it comes to somebody like Cardi, her being, the person that came up after Nicki and stuff like that, it's kind of expected for her to lose. But if she wins, she gains so much more. And if she loses, she doesn't really, it's not like, oh, fucking Nicki took the throne, because, it is what it is. But going back to the Cardi sentiments that he had, I agree with those wholeheartedly, because that's a narrative that I've had amongst friends and peers and things like that for years. Her album, the Privacy joint, that shit's gotta be at least 5 years old, bruh. It's gotta be at least 5 years old. We were combing through her discography and stuff like that, and she does 1-2 singles a year. She has a big record every year, and then what happens? She just keeps coasting, and her stardom stays at the same level or even elevates. Her stardom even elevates, and she still keeps getting brand deals. She still keeps getting money here and there. I don't know where the money is coming from exactly, but I'm sure it's a bunch of brand deals, sponsorships, endorsements, music placements and different sync licenses and stuff when they put it on TV and stuff like that. I think she's a very marketable artist. And that's the issue as far as all of this shit that Joe Budden is talking about. Cardi is really, if you really look at it, the spearhead for the way that female rap plays out now. Just think about it real deep. Just follow me real quick. I fuck with Cardi from day one. What was Cardi day one before Love and Hip Hop? She was a funny Instagram personality, which most chicks, especially rappers, they are not funny Instagram personalities. But on top of that, she was a stripper. That's the one thing a lot of these chicks have in common. They just be booty shaking masters and shit like that. So boom, she was that. She got on Love and Hip Hop, so she got on reality TV. So you have that step there. She was rapping at the same time she was on reality TV, and that was supposed to help elevate her career and stuff like that. Boom. After the Love and Hip Hop ends, she goes full steam ahead into the rapping, starts rapping, gets the career going. And what happens after she gets the career going? She drops an album. The album is a great album. She has a ghostwriter allegations and stuff like that. And, you got to accept it because the ghostwriter is a ghostwriter. Like, we know who he is. It's not a mystery guy. We heard the reference. Accept it. It's not like a crazy amount of smut on her name like it would be a Drake or something like that. But time goes on. She has a beef with Cardi. Whatever. But what happens is she doesn't drop another album and she keeps staying relevant by just dropping singles. You had Saweetie a few weeks ago or a week ago, something like that. And she said, bro, the reason I ain't dropping no music is because niggas not checking for the music. But guess what? She got the McDonald's meal. She always getting interviews. She's sitting down on the Starry soda commercials. She stayed with an endorsement because she looked real good. And that's and she's popular. So Cardi is a person who introduced this model, if you ask me, of being a female rapper that is a great personality that you could just market and give endorsements to and put a brand on, put a bunch of brands on and stuff like that, and just give money without having to release albums. Now, as far as a lot of these chicks, they took it even further because a lot of them, like these Ruby Rose, like they don't even, I just got to keep it so real. It's 500,000. Got to keep it 500,000 with you. Like, it's not a Ruby Rose song that has rang off in years. It's not and you might disagree with this because, like, Saweetie got a My Type and stuff like that. It's not a Saweetie song that really rang off in years. Now, you got people like JT, who was from the City Girls, and she really had dreams about doing this rap shit, and her shit going. She got singles and stuff. But, the majority, it's just a social media bag that they getting right now. That's what's going on. They getting the social media, flat tummy tea, but they also getting endorsements with sodas and fast, all that. That's what's going on. That's what's going on. Their likeliness it's easier to keep it up when you don't have to drop music because, like Joe said, now the one thing that I disagree with him on is that it's over for the female rapper sending the chick to the Dominican, but because this is why. I don't know the ins and outs of this shit, as far as what these chicks are doing. But for these chicks to remain afloat and get these endorsements. And all it is, bro, you putting these chicks in a 360, you giving them a motherfucking advance. You know the music not gonna go, but if you could make this chick a likable figure, you don't gotta worry about catching a hit too much. You try to market the fuck out of her, have her doing all this shit, and then get some of the money off of that. Now, if the advance lowers as far as the advances that they giving these chicks, and they really don't be pressed about making a hit, then yeah, it's gonna keep going. It's gonna keep going. And I keep it so real. I look at somebody like a Yachty. Now, granted, Yachty got rejuvenated by Drake and stuff like that, and he's a male rapper, but that's a male rapper who his success is not like top tier high success as far as like the music he makes himself. Yet somehow he still remains relevant. He still gets these big features like J. Cole and stuff like that. He's still executive produce, like, you know. So he's got stuff going on in the music space. But regardless, like as far as the music, like he really don't catch, you can't really say a big hit he's caught since Oprah's Bank Account. Like, took the walk to Poland, that's good. I don't know if that's platinum or what it is. I actually had to Google it. Yeah, that shit is only gold in Poland, nigga. It's not gold here. So that means even as a single, took the walk to Poland, it didn't sell crazy. So Yachty does not sell crazy, but Yachty still manages to get a lot of money in this game. He got a lot of money. He got the mansions. He got all types of shit. He's always a popping nigga. So the whole reason I say that is because some of the same stuff is going on with these babes, even though they drop less music than him and they don't maneuver as good as him as far as like, you know, the Drake shit and all that. But when it comes down to it, they're still able to get a bag outside of music sales. And they are still able to remain relevant. And even then, the difference between Yachty and them is they catch little, like they put the TikTok bots on these chicks. Like the chicks be having the TikToks going. So with that being said, that's all I got to say, man. Let me know your thoughts. I'm out.